Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, Grim, what's going on? Go ahead and turn the volume down on that now. And give it a few minutes. Let people start rolling in, like always. Hope everybody's having a good Friday evening, as it were. If it is evening where you are. What's up, Frank? How you doing, man? I don't know how usable this live read is going to lend itself to a repurposed narration to be put up later, because there is a crazy kitten running around in the background knocking everything over. So we'll see how it goes. So please excuse the background noise if there is any background noise. I might just have to go ahead and just completely reread this to get this back up. We'll see. You will see. I'm glad that you are rolling, my friend. I myself am just sitting here chilling and vaping and waiting. 8 more minutes. Wet the whistle a little bit. Yeah, not too bad. Nice, right? Not bad. Hanging in there for a Friday. Do hope you like tonight's story. It's an interesting one. I've only read it once. I don't even think I've been back to edit it since then. So, again, we'll have to just see how it goes. What's up, Somber? How you doing, man? I thought you were... No. I've been here. But welcome. Welcome, my friend. Well, the medicine is on its way, Grim. In about 7 minutes. Jabba, what are you doing? This cat is nuts. Oh, it's like having a toddler in the house with claws. Yeah, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Hanging in there. It's the end of the week, which is always awesome. Excuse me. That was the Mountain Dew. Pizza night tonight. Hey, Fuzzy. How's it going, man? Happy Friday. I will vape to that. Happy Friday. We'll be officially kicking off the stream in about 6 minutes. Good, man. And that's good, Frank. I like pizza. Tonight's was just a plain old cheese pizza. Just a classic pizza tonight. I like the cheese pizza. You can always judge a place's pizza by its plain cheese pizza. It's always a good gauge. Yeah. Yes. Happy for high day. Exactly. Hello, Ken. How are you? Welcome. Happy Friday evening. Kick off the stream in about 5 minutes officially. Just letting everybody roll on in. Actually, ISB, you are not late. You are early. I usually start these things about 10 minutes in advance. Make that red light pop up and let everybody know that I am live, and gives people a chance to kind of roll on in, take their seats, as it were. Hello, Josie. How are you? Hello, Fila. How are you? Hope you're having a fantastic end to your week. No, I am. X, what's going on? How are you? Good group tonight, huh? Everybody, everyone filed in a little bit early to get the beginning of the stream. So that's good. It's good. It's a good start. Let's hope it's a good sign of good things to come. Mm. I myself am doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, hanging in there. Can't complain. It's Friday. Love Fridays. Got all my narrating done and stuff this afternoon, nice and early. Some video editing. Just got some uploading to do after the stream, but after that, I'm basically I'm set for the weekend. So in good shape. Why beep? Never understood that about people. Why pull out front and beep your horn? Just go knock on the door. I don't know. I guess if you're one of those driveway honkers, I mean, that's fine. That's you. I just don't understand it. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hope everybody's having a good night. Great end to your week. Getting ready to cut loose, party a little bit, whatever the case may be. Good times. Okay, sorry, I was just making sure I got my mask candy, everything else I need around me. Didn't mean to leave everybody in an awkward black void of silence. All right, we are really close now. We're about a minute 5. Yeah, I count seconds. And give everybody just that last 60 seconds to just, kind of roll on in and catch it from the beginning. Some people got to be right on time. They're very, very punctual. You're partying with your washer and dryer. Okay, then. Sounds like a plan, Frank. Cats are running around, trashing the house. Hold on. Be right back. Just gotta go check on my game room real quick. There was a giant crash. Be back in like 30 seconds. All right, I'm back. What's up, Boggs? And it looks like it is officially 9:30. I'll go ahead and we'll, there we go. Get that a little bit lower. So I just got to adjust the camera a little bit here. You know me, I'm a little camera shy. I don't usually use the camera all that often. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all having a good night. Welcome to the live stream, Syrum 176B. I hope everybody's had a fantastic week. I particularly am a huge fan of the weekends. I'm a weekend warrior, so it is awfully nice to see everybody. Thank you so much for stopping in. I think I caught everybody in the chat as they arrived and welcomed everyone. But if I missed anybody, by all means, hello, how are you? Sorry that I missed you. Wasn't on purpose. So, all right. So I just wanted to go ahead and say hello in person. Tonight's story is I narrated it once. I think I've never really been back to edit it or anything since then. So even I'm a little bit unsure as to what I'm getting into. It's been 4 years, 5 years since I've read this story. So please bear with me. I will do my very best, as always, to go ahead and mitigate as many mess ups and stuff as I possibly can. If you hear any background noise, in the background and stuff, I have a kitten. He is about, he was born right before Christmas. So he's a few months old now, and he is insane and running around the house and trashing everything. So if you hear that in the background, stuff like that, I do apologize. Oh, thank you, ISV. I actually, I cut my hair myself. It actually looks pretty good. I would show you. Take off the mask, but can't do that. It's against the rules. So, oh yeah, there's kitties. Oh, there's kitties. Lots and lots of kitties. Well, 3 kitties, which is enough. It's enough kitties for sure. Don't need any more. So cool. Just wanted to go ahead and say hello. Yeah, I'm sporting the Locust Lake merch. Yeah, no, I can't. Just like a luchador, and never take the mask off. This is my face. Yeah, I can't say it enough. This is the face. So, all right, I'll go ahead and we'll flip the camera off. Probably take another whack or two off my vape. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, throw them in. Love comments and stuff like that. And I know you guys are here to listen to a story. So beyond that, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into it. Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. I'll scooch that over here. I'm going to point that downward just in case. Just in case. Never know if there's going to be a camera wardrobe malfunction. That would not be good. Oh, what a scandal that would be. Sociopathic's mask fell off. Frank was on stream that New Year's Eve on my old channel. I took my mask off to turn around and take a drink. And I went to turn back around to my camera and forgot I was not wearing my mask. And caught about half of my face on camera. I turned around real quick and put the mask back on. And then a couple months later, the channel was deleted. So that isn't a thing anymore. But that did happen. There was almost a grave mistake and much more of a mistake than I was looking to make. So mistakes do happen. Yeah. You start getting comfortable in front of that camera. At least I caught myself before I turned completely around and faced the camera. I was like, oh crap. Like I caught myself. But Frank has a memory like a freaking elephant. So it's something that he's never forgotten. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Maybe I would say YouTube accidentally did something right. So Oh yeah, there's also a lot of wind here, so if you hear rattling in the background too, it could also be our little our front door ornament smacking against the front door because of the wind. So that also very well could be happening in the background. No, I was not looking to make any mistake. I don't want to do face reveals. It spoils the mystery, among other things, but that's one of those things too. And I don't want to do that to you guys. I mean, that's part of it, you know. All right. Once I do start reading, as you know, I won't be looking at the comments because I'm going to be laser focused on the story, trying my very hardest not to screw up. So, yes, Frank, you do. I'll admit that. Like you remember quite a bit. So, props to that one. Kim's got the opposite problem. She's picking up. Frank's picking up everything you're lacking. Accidental flesh reveals. Yes, like the infamous chin reveal or the eyebrow reveal. Let's not forget that one. I'm not going to ISB. At least not on purpose. I'm sure someday you play with fire enough, you're gonna get burned. I'm sure someday something's gonna happen. Wardrobe malfunction. The side of the mask strap will break, or camera sleeve will fall off, and it'll happen anyway. But until then, I'm going to preserve the mystery for as long as I possibly can. So, exactly, Frank. You have no idea what the other half of my face looked like. So, just saying, make you run away in terror. Look like Sloth from Goonies. I'm telling you. Okay. So, all right. So, like I said, this story was something I did a while back. I actually have the intro and the outro, the script for this actually still saved as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of like do my little sociopathic intro, and then at the end I'll do my little sociopathic outro, and it'll be good times. But it's gonna be fun times because it's gonna be the old sociopathic pasta intros and outros. So it'll be pretty cool. It's all right. I think I'm going to go ahead and just kick this off so we can get this out of the way. I know everybody was here to see a story to begin with, so listen to a story to begin with. So might as well get it done, right? Call this story Syrum 176B. Oh, hey there, guys. Sorry, I didn't see you drop in, and I guess I was a little preoccupied. Sometimes I just get these urges, and well, enough about that. I bet you're here for another tale. So, if the machinations of hidden cognition spark your curiosity, settle yourselves in by your computer screens for a little tale that I like to call Syrum 176B. Dirty, musty, stark, stale. All of these terms could have been used to describe the interior of the large, dark network of hallways and spaces. There were no sounds upon my entry, no presence making itself known while I explored the labyrinth of the facility, now closed, legally condemned, and totally off limits, as posted by the high-end institution known for having numerous contracts with the U.S. military. So, when I say I was taking a huge risk just being So when I say I was taking a huge risk just to be trespassing on the premises in the first place, you know I mean it. The thing is, it was utterly irresistible. I was compelled to understand more about the building, about the organization that stood out in my small town like a blistering sore for several years, ever since they seized ownership of the property and moved in, so to speak. You got to understand, this is a small town USA community, People here know everybody else and everything about those people. But when this place set up shop, it introduced a construct that people here did not take to very well: secrecy. I mean, of course, it was due to the contract stipulations demanded by certain benefactors, including rumored associations with government agencies. So, covert operations were an underscored requirement. But the things people said they heard, said they saw, made dispositions worse, as curiosity fueled the communal fire. Frequency of instances increased, sightings of deranged humanoids devouring forest animals in the woods, agonized screaming, barely discernible, muffled by the walls and other obstructions of the building itself, heard on occasions on the stillest of nights. One day, everything ceased. Cars were seen being towed from the parking lot, while large green and black trucks loaded contents of the building's interior, all packed in uniform crates, making it impossible to tell what may have been in them. Certain townsfolk say that the remnants of animal testing were carried out and into the trucks via the large gray tote-like boxes. Others say it was the staff, and that's why whoever had been called into action had towed all the vehicles from the lot. In my opinion, at least before coming here, I pretty much figured it was just randomized computer equipment and the like. Now, however, I find myself second-guessing my previous assumptions. The place was much like one would expect of an occupied, excuse me. The place was much like one would expect for an unoccupied building. Rooms were mostly devoid of furniture and fixtures, halls vacant and cavernous, unlit and visually boring. Small holes in the walls on both sides signified the recent presence of wall hangings, such as pictures and company slogans. I was scanning each and every inch that I possibly could observe, searching for anything that may help me to understand the dynamics of the organization that, until very recently, occupied these halls, conducting secret research. Each of the top 3 floors boasted nothing to satisfy my interests. Everything blank, empty, and without clues to anyone's previous presence. Never mind the deliberation of information relevant to my snooping. There was a sub-level to the building, and I'd been saving it for last, hopeful that I would first discover what I was looking for before I would descend into the bowels of the structure. Finding nothing, I was nothing short of compelled to head as far down the stairwell as those ominous steps would take me. Hindsight is enlightening, and I really wish I would have just left when I had the chance. The upper floors were dark, sure, but the fading light of the setting sun outside cast enough illumination through the tinted solar windows, just enough to sparsely distribute enough light to enable sight and detail without the assistance of a flashlight for the majority of my endeavor. However, the stark contrast of the basement, facilitated from a lack of natural light, demanded the use of some personal light source. The flashlight I had brought with me was in my hand and switched on before my foot had landed at the flashlight I had brought with me was in my hand and switched on before my foot had landed at the bottom of the stairs, just outside the ominous door that boasted the words in black letters over top of a yellow background: "Authorized personnel only." Before I had even reached out to touch the handle, I believed it to be locked. To my utter surprise, the handle turned with ease. The space before me was a little excuse me. The space before me was a little disorienting without the fixtures of specialized equipment and apparatus, making it difficult to tell exactly what this large room was. It was spacious, slightly dusty, and the floor crunched as I traversed towards its center. 3 of the walls were composed of nothing but flat, solid cement, painted gloss white, lending a feel of sterilization. The 4th wall was no wall at all. Instead, it appeared to be only a series of large window frames spanning the length of the room, each and every one busted out, still having the clinging remnants of glass attached to most of their circumferences. That's when I identified the clear correlation. The crunch on the floor was that of tiny shards of thick, broken glass. When I walked over towards the gaping maws leading into an inky void, I noticed 2 things of interest. First, beyond the borders of the broken glass was another small room. Lining the back wall of this separate space were cages. Numerous large cages, maybe 100 of them. Secondly, in front of what I would soon discover to be observation glass, the wall jutted outward into kind of 3x3 protrusion. On the top sat what looked to be a modern television set. Directly in front of it was an attached black keyboard. It was a computer monitor. I scanned the area beyond the glass. Dark, dried stains were splotched all over the open floor space, partially concealed by an ever-accumulating layer of dust. No glass. Whatever had broken the glass had done so from that side. I don't know why I did it. Maybe an attribution to operational behavior, but as I went to walk away, I seemed to almost instinctively hit the little button with a picture of a sun on the keyboard, indicatively predicting it to have absolutely no effect. My heart jumped from place, and I thought I'd nearly shit myself when it was followed by a succession of beeps, clicks, and flashing lights. The power was supposed to be off. I was almost sure of it. And still, the computer proceeded to boot up. I'd never seen an operating system like this until it had booted up to a maintained background. On the glowing screen was a Windows desktop-like display, 2 icons placed upon a slate black background. There was no taskbar or start menu, just a trash can-looking icon and another that looked similar to a file folder. The name beneath the folder read 176B. A seemingly random combination of letters and numbers with no special meaning. I searched a bit for a mouse or something, but was unable to locate one. A thought entered my head, and I decided to give it a try. I reached out and touched the file icon with my right index finger, and a display window opened up. It was a touch screen. Contained within the new file window was a massive list of video files. I couldn't understand why they decided to leave this behind or how it could have been forgotten, but intrigue forced me to put this concept behind me until later, the content before my eyes demanding my immediate attention. I took a deep breath and touched the first few items on the list. When the player window opened up, I didn't recognize the program at all, but my attention quickly turned to the white-coated man, now presented from the shoulders up on the display monitor. This is Dr. Jason Davis, Research Log 0067. The rats have been responding much better to the new behavioral agent 176B, much better than anticipated. It seems we've surpassed the extinction curve, and making desired effects stable. The generation of new neural pathways in the left hemisphere were deemed inefficient in achieving long-lasting effects. The variable resulting in compensation of this seems to be introduced through chemical agents reacting with the pineal gland. Suffice it to say, the rat experiments have all gone so well, we've begun testing on chimps, the closest we've come to human trials. There seems to be a 5% or so of the population that has had an adverse effect to the serum, nearly identical to the rat population. Personally, if the results of the rat experiments serve as a model for behavioral change in ape population, in comparison to the control group, of 20 animals, then I would recommend that human trials commence immediately, as the awaited breakthrough has indeed occurred. The video reached its end, and the black screen resided upon the monitor, devoid of depiction and leaving me to my thoughts. I'd only started to wrap my mind around what I had witnessed, still unable to make the necessary correlations, when the blank black screen flashed dissolved, and the video file list was once again on display. I wanted to watch another, but my movement seemed somehow restricted, taken aback by apprehension. I swallowed hard, took in a deep breath of the stale, musty air, and reached forward, scrolling my finger down about halfway through the list, and then touched upon a second video file. This is Dr. Jason Davis, Research Log 0193. Human trials have moved into Stage 2, and facilitator-based development has commenced with, once again, results more promising than ever and could have ever been predicted. The behavioral agent, designed to isolate negative areas of cognition associated with aggression, competition, and autonomy, have been removed from the primary processing functions, theologically separating good from evil. This, of course, has a side effect of prominent complacency. Subjects administered with 176B are compliant and docile, willing to perform whatever task is designated without a desire for compensation or reward. Productivity related to task achievement only declines from that of subjects within the control group alongside fatigue, hunger, or other biological imperial functions at about a rate of 30% on the gradient slope. What's interesting is that subjects express no desire for rest or food, only taking part in either after direction to do so, signifying the need for higher order social systems. In correspondence with both rat and ape populations, about 5% of human subjects have a reverse effect, equal to in intensity as complacency in the other 95%. Aggressive, primal, undesired behavioral traits are isolated as with previous species populations. And just as they say, instead of isolation and removal from primary function, it's isolated and then forms all relevant primary functions. These subjects are highly aggressive, rageful, and violent. My colleagues find themselves, My colleagues find their contorted faces most disturbing. I'll say the intense looks of malevolence in their eyes, their stretched and tightened, furried expressions on their faces, and that screaming. Well, as I'm sure you can hear, that screaming in the background is quite unsettling, more so when heard directly by the human ear and not through some recording device, let me assure you. These subjects are being kept isolated from one another under maximum security, while the majority of the population, the observed 95%, has now been integrated into one group. Observations of subsequent social behavior to follow. The screen once again displayed nothing but a black, glossy void, the same process as the last video when it ended, and I knew it would only be a moment before the list would be presented to me once more. By this time, my thoughts lingered on the information I had just been privy to. Human experiments? Good and evil? I know the main subject of the experiment was the deliberated passive 95%, but it was the other 5% that would not release my cognition. Aggressive, violent, and that screaming. I remembered that Dr. Jason Davis guy stated that the sound was much worse in person, and I recoiled at that thought, for the shrill echoes threatened to haunt my dreams for the rest of my life, and the thought of a more unnerving version of them made my mind recoil. I feared what I might witness. 1,000 thoughts were running through my head, but I had to know. I had to scroll down and click the final video entry in an attempt to find out what happened here. Discovering what they were doing proved insufficient to quench my inquisitive thirst. Once I had reached the bottom of the list, I touched upon the final video file listed. It's me, log 0200 something. I don't know what happened. We must have underestimated their strength. One of the subjects scheduled for termination broke free. It's chaos down here. My God, there's blood everywhere. They just sat there. The passive social group, they didn't even care. As previously observed and documented, no detrimental effect on cognition resulted from the administration of 176B. They're smart. One got free and just went right for the rest of them. We couldn't stop them. I've never seen a human being move that fast or execute such a display of strength. Once they hit the general population, they just slaughtered them. The passives just sat there, screaming and letting it happen, allowing themselves to be torn apart in agony, but doing nothing about it. The rest of them just watched and showed no emotion. My God, women, fucking kids, they're all dead. My staff, they tried to step in. They're all gone. I have no other choice but to... Ha! A pale human hand reached out and gripped Dr. Davis by his face just before the video ended, and the screen went black for a final time. The broken glass, the crates, the hushed activity. Everything all started to make horrifying sense. But why was this thing down here? Why had such a significant piece of equipment ended up getting left behind? Then I heard an unsettling noise from the space beyond the observation windows. Unnerving, resonant, and demonstrating a revelation I was only now coming to. This stuff was left in place because no one had set foot down here since that last file was recorded. That just goes to show you that as we humans, we know nothing but... sorry, let me do the outro one last time. That just goes to show you that we as humans are nothing but animals at our very core. Who knew human instinct could be so harmful towards others? Well, okay, most of us already knew that. But if you feel like exploring the unknown, stop by again next Saturday for an out-of-body experience. Until next time, kiddies, try to deny your primal instincts if you can. And that is Syrum 176B. I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this story. It was a little bit difficult to get through. There was some, I wouldn't say spelling errors, but there's some grammatical errors, a word missing, like the or a or something like that here and there. There's also some sound effects that I kind of like wrote in. So I do apologize for the clunkiness of the reading, but I hope it came out okay. Hope you guys liked it. Oh, hi, Devane. Hello, welcome. And also, Paul, I saw you come in. Welcome, Paul. Suba Spoop. Hello, it is nice to see you. I am hoping that I am helping you be on board. So, thank you, Josie. Thank you, ISB. Thank you, Kim. Thank you again, Fila. Thank you, everybody. I'm very, very happy that you liked this, actually. So, and thank you, Fuzzy. Well, I mean, the background noise wasn't all that bad, so I should be able to clean this up for a repurposed narration as well. So in the future, if you guys are wanting to listen to a version of this, again, with the music and sound effects and stuff like that, and all the screw ups cut out. I don't think I screwed up that much though. I think it was like what, 6 times, maybe 5 times. So I think I did it all right. But anyways, yeah. There will be a repurposed upload of this probably. I'd like to say Wednesday. We'll do Wednesday. I like doing on Wednesday because I don't have a video that comes out on Wednesdays, so it just makes sense. I'm glad you liked it, Somber. I truly, truly am. There are others. This isn't my favorite one that I've written. My favorite one that I've written is actually the Ascension Project. That's a human experiment / Lovecraftian experiment story. I did read it once on my old channel. I was going to read it again on this one, but I have so many other stories to read. I might not ever get around to it, but it is published in Hell's Boulevard. So it's one of the exclusives that's in there. Same thing with like Something About Me. I think there's like 2 or 3 exclusives. Well, I read them on my old channel, but they're not up now, and I don't know if they're going to go back up. And then obviously there's Hell's Boulevard, which is the exclusive story in that book. But yeah, the Ascension Project is probably the best human experimentation story, I think, that I've written so far. I'm glad that you are significantly less bored. Welcome, Suba Spoop. Suba? Yeah, Suba Spoop. Sorry. If I mispronounce your name, I do apologize. You would think I wouldn't, because seems pretty easy, right? I am glad that you saw the face grab in your head, Fuzzy. Truly, I am. If you were that into the story and you were able to visualize that I will. I'm taking that as a huge compliment. I'm taking it and I'm running with it. You're not getting it back. So, whew. You got no notification? Yeah, YouTube's been doing that. I don't know if you saw my post the other day. Okay, all right. Suba Spoop. But YouTube just delivered me with 250 comments on my channel that I have not seen up until like 2 days ago. I did go back and respond to every single individual that has commented throughout those 250 comments, and I reacted to every single comment. So, I mean, at least people know that I'm not purposefully being negligent. But it doesn't surprise me that you didn't get the notification at all. I guess in light of that, I guess I should probably start promoting myself because YouTube doesn't do it for me. Every Saturday, I read a story that I've written. I don't know how long you've been subbed. If you're new to the channel, I guess I should start there. If you're new to the channel, every Saturday I do like a longer story that's either written by me or one of my co-writers. It's always completely original. You won't find it on anybody else's channel. So you won't hear the same stories over and over on this channel that you hear in other people's because they're all originally written. They all feature live action intros and outros like Tales from the Crypt. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are what I call tidbits. They're typically shorter. They don't feature the live action intros and outros. But that's why they're called tidbits. They're basically the build up to the Saturday story on the weekend. Premieres at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a premiere with a live chat and stuff like that. So if you're new to the channel, if anybody stops in that you're new to the channel, if you're watching this later, stop in on Saturdays. Love to see you there. Oh, I know today is Friday, but this isn't a premiere. This is a live stream. Live streams I do once a month. I do a live reading. It's always the last Friday of the month, unless I've got something going on, like I'm going camping that weekend or something like that. Then I might bump it up to like that Thursday or something like that. But yeah, so there's that on the channel too. So, and I also do a live stream every single Sunday with my wife. It's called Blood and Beans. It's just a real casual Sunday morning coffee talk. There's no script, there's no itinerary, and we just kind of sit around, sip coffee, and talk to people in the live chat for like an hour. Paul, if you are taking off, have a great one, man. Yes, bye everyone. Bye, Paul. Have a great night, man. Hope you have a good Friday. I will be seeing you tomorrow. I'm glad I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And thank you so much, man, for stopping in. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry it took me so long to notice it. I'm like not looking at the chat. I'm just babbling along. Skillet meal? My wife does skillet meals, and she spruces them up.
You have to.
So they're always awesome because my wife can cook. It's like one of her superpowers. So, like, her skillet meals are always incredible because it's the store-bought skillets, but then, all the extra seasonings and stuff. Now I do get notes for Blood and Beans. Well, Pockets is very knowledgeable with movies and television shows. So am I, but that's one thing that like her and I really connect on, is being able to talk about movies and stuff like that. We're very much alike in that aspect.
That's why we don't have nice things here.
It's good banter back and forth is what it makes for. It is an awesome superpower to have. Hi, dog lover. I don't think I said hi to you before. I don't know how I skipped over you in the chat. But hi, I see you up there now, right underneath Fuzzy. Hello. I'm sorry I missed you when you came in. I'm glad you were able to make it. It's nice to see you. Yeah, Pockets and I kind of, and so is Shiloh. Like, don't discount Shiloh, man. My daughter is she's something else. Like, she's all the combined knowledge of me and my wife, plus all the newer stuff that the kids are into these days. Like, she knows, like, I like anime. I know some anime. Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite anime of all time. Always will be. Fairy Tail. It's a close second. I absolutely love Fairy Tail. There's a few others that I know. Death Note, stuff like that. Shiloh knows them all. Shiloh knows all animes. So she's got a lot of combined knowledge. And yes, cooking is a very important skill, Fila. I completely agree.
I can make it too.
It's that thing of, learning to fish or just eating a fish. Well, I didn't have to. I have a wife that does the cooking. So, I can cook too, but I'd rather not because her cooking is way better. So. Of course there's some pride, like when you do scoop up a good one, like, you're proud. But let me tell you, like, just gonna put every good marriage, the best marriages take the most work. It's the most devoted people in those marriages. A marriage is not 50-50. A lot of people think that it is. It's not. Marriage is 100-100. If you're not giving 100% and the other person's not, you're obviously going to have hurdles. You're going to have obstacles to overcome as a couple. That's really the key to a long-lasting, successful marriage, I think, is the constant work that you really have to put into it. But yes, but on that note, absolutely proud. Why wouldn't I be? Like, of course, yes, I win. But yeah, like when you get served, fresh potatoes first thing in the morning, cooked up as home fries, and that's not a quick thing. That takes time, and then you get it with eggs and bacon and pancakes and all that juice and coffee, and of course that's this is a keeper. I will eat forever. So I'll probably be closing down the stream in about 5 to 10 minutes. If you guys have anything that you guys want to throw in there, just keep doing what you're doing and throwing stuff in the chat, and I will keep responding. Yeah, again, there's strife in every relationship, Josie. So just keep that in mind. It's the key is just to always work at it. I mean, if it's important enough, you just keep striving and keep chipping away. But you got to make sure that you're giving that 100%. And the other person has to as well. I mean, it works both ways. And it's not 50-50. It's not I'll do some and then they'll do some. It's no, I'll do all and they'll do all. And that's how it goes. And there's cats fighting behind me. Jabba wants to beat the crap out of his mother. That's been going on for like the past hour. But again, wasn't much background noise while I was reading. So it's good. Somber, not a problem, man. I'm going to be running here soon as well. Like I said, in a couple of minutes. So perfectly fine. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around. Get those apps updated, dude. Get them downloaded. Seriously. Update Population 1. Somber plays VR games with me. We're always hanging out in virtual reality together. And recently haven't been able to do that because dude hasn't been updating his apps. Sorry to call you out live, Somber, but get it done. See, it's a good plan. I like where your head's at.
Living together.
Oh. So yeah. I'm glad you guys were able to stop in for this story. I was contemplating trying to figure out something else to do for the remainder of the time. I didn't realize that story would really eat up the bulk of an entire hour. You know, I mean, it didn't take me that long to get through it. I kind of flapped my jaw a little bit there at the beginning. But it's what I do. I am here to talk and do my best to entertain. I don't know how entertaining I am. I do like writing stories. I will say that. Hey, hello, Thomas Douglas. There is a new Locust Lake story in production. Locust Lake, an apple a day. And if you are a Ray Bob fan, obviously Ray Bob is dead. This is not a prequel. This takes place right around the same time as the Redcoat, either just before or just after. Kind of it's a side-by-side with the Redcoat. So Ray Bob is dead. But if you are a Ray Bob fan, you're not going to want to miss Apple a Day. That's all I'm saying. I know you didn't have internet, Somber. It's not Somber's fault, everybody. Just want to put that out there. Somber was without internet for a while, at least, internet that was, strong enough to be able to download gigabytes of information. So I do go ahead and extend that leniency, but the pressure's on, my friend. Just saying. Good, man. I'm glad that you can't wait. And yes, rest in peace, Ray Bob, for sure. But I really think you guys are gonna like this one. It's good stuff. So yeah, lots of other stuff on the way. I don't know if how many of you have seen the Suspicious Locations, the sequel to Two Friends at Freddy's, my Five Nights at Freddy's fan fiction. Suspicious Locations, his sister location story, came out by a month and a half ago or so, 2 months ago. There is a third story that I've written. It's called One Night in VR, Help Needed. It is completely written. That's going to be narrated soon, so keep an eye out for that. Also wrote another story that'll be long enough for a Saturday. It's a decent size. It's called You Shouldn't Listen to the Future. That story is going to be getting released here pretty soon as well. More Dreamscape coming up. I'm actually going to be reading the next Dreamscape next weekend, so expect the next Dreamscape in about 3 weeks. So we'll be continue along with that. There is a new sociopathic store, Cleaving Thought from Bone store. I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the chat. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, it makes it a lot easier instead of me saying, if you guys want t-shirts, go here. If you guys want coffee mugs, go here. Hey girls, if you want underwear, go here. My books are on this website. Like, everything's right there. Everything's on that Wix site. So hoodies, shirts, socks, bras, coffee mugs, posters, all my, everything's all there right under one website. So if you guys want to go ahead and peruse, I will be starting to add that link underneath in the descriptions instead of like this book, stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit easier to find it. But yes, and the website is under construction still. Lots of updates still need to happen. It is a very basic, generic looking website. Obviously, there are pictures, my fan art and stuff like that is up there. But the site is completely functional. All the links work. All the merchandise is all still live. So the website is up and available. The official Cleaving Thought from Bone, the store, is up and running. So I'm awesome. I'm very, very glad that you feel that way. I'm actually currently writing one for Halloween. I don't want to give too much away because it would kind of ruin what I'm doing here. I don't know. I'll make this correlation. I'm doing with FNAF what Scream did with the Scream trilogy up until say last year, which the Scream trilogy was 4 movies. So I'm just gonna put it there. I'm currently working on a Halloween story. When I'm done with that, I'm actually gonna be writing Soft Flesh 3. I don't know how many of you know Soft Flesh and then Supple Flesh with Andrina, the campus ripper, the lesbian cannibal. I am gonna be writing a third story to that. It's already outlined. I've already got it done up in my head. So that's gonna be coming again also very soon as well. And Doughboy 420 has actually finished the first one. I think maybe even more than that, but at least the very first one of the new Not All Heroes Wear Capes series. Oh yes, Fuzzy. My merch store has bras and panties. Cleaving Thought from Bone, the panties. They are available. You can get, well, not you. I mean, you could, I guess. They're designed for women. I'm probably going to make boxer shorts though in the future. But there's bras, underwear, socks, posters, coffee mugs. There's all kinds of stuff up, and I'm going to be adding a lot more merch along the way. And so just keep an eye on the store for new listings. And I'll go ahead and obviously update, in YouTube community posts, my community tab and stuff like that, and, Twitter and whatnot every time new merch releases. But hey, all I'm saying, Fuzzies, I don't judge. that's all I was putting out there. I didn't think that they were for you. Just saying they are available. I do have a wide variety of merch, and it was always a joke that when I came out with like hoodies and stuff and coffee mugs, that I was also going to do women's underwear. It was kind of like a running gag. Now it's actually a thing. So the next running gag was a flamethrower. So expect Cleaving Thought from Bone, the flamethrower, coming soon. No, I'm not going to model the boxers. The only merch I've modeled so far is the Cleaving Thought from Bone t-shirt and the Locust Lake hoodie. I don't think I'll be modeling the panties. But, to each their own. That's not my thing. I did not make them for me specifically. Or maybe as a hat. Now that would be funny. I could do that. That would actually be a pretty funny post. Like put up on Twitter. I bought my own underwear and throw the women's panties on my head and take a picture. I have to have my mask on though, of course. Oh yeah, the flamethrower. Sociopathic. The flamethrower. The kids love this one. Spaceballs reference. So I think it's a good idea. And who knows? A post like that could happen. My wife actually wants me to go ahead and get her the whole underset, the bra, the panties, and the socks. So I will have those on hand. So, before they get worn or whatever, put them on my head and take a picture with underwear on my head. There you go. Merchandising, free advertisement. It's not how they're meant to be worn. Could start a new fad. People walking around on the street wearing underwear on their head like it's the new thing. It's the in thing to do. You're not cool unless you wear underwear on your head. All right, so this conversation, this stream has taken a very strange turn. Just wanted to go ahead and throw the merch store out there. But yeah, sociopathic the chainsaw. Now that would be amazing. Cleaving thought from bone, the chainsaw. Not only would that be amazing, it would actually fit the theme of the channel very well. So I like that idea, Fuzzy. Maybe if I can ever do that, work out a deal with Husqvarna or something. It could happen. Oh yeah, that's Scuzz Twiddly thing with panties for a mask. No, no, I'd have to have the actual mask, and I'd wear them as a hat. You know, maybe put a little propeller on the underneath of them, so it looks like one of the little propeller beanies. I've always wanted one of those. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Got to upload like I don't know 4 different videos, get those done, and then yeah, I think I'm like basically then I can chill for the weekend. So I'm almost there, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for popping into the stream. Really, I can't thank you enough. I already have thanked you, and I'm probably going to keep thanking you. So just brace yourself. It's going to be happening. Words really aren't enough to say thank you, but thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really happy that you guys enjoyed the story. And I hope so much to see you guys tomorrow night for another one written by me, The Horror Show. I'll see you then. Have a great night. Happy Friday. Bye-bye.